South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. It's Friday, and I'm Bonnie Bully.
I'm Jeannie D. Welcome to the show. It's so good to have you with us.
Yeah.
Now, music is literally, I think if you've got to work out what's the most popular thing in the world, it's music.
Yeah.
Now, earlier on in the week, we had Questa on our show, who literally cleaned up the 2017 Samas in the hip-hop categories. And today, we've got the person who literally took all the other awards. We have Amanda Black in the loft.
Can't wait to chat to her. And then another incredible woman who's joining us in the loft today. I mean, we're crushing on everything of hers. Her hair, her skin, her style. She is the Lute Love, a.k.a. King Lute, well deserved. And she's just taken over the 6 to 10 p.m. slot on a Saturday evening on Metro, and it's called Absolute Hip Hop.
We're just living the hip-hop on Afternoon Express today. Let's see what's happening in the kitchen. Ikitsing.
There's going to be lots of fun in the kitchen today too, South Africa. And I know it's been a long week and you're probably wondering, what am I going to create for dinner that's something brand new and delicious? But before we get to exactly what the recipe is, I have a question for you. Why did the fungi leave the Halloween party? Because there wasn't mushroom. And we're going to be using mushroom in the loft with us today in the kitchen. You're going to be showing us how to make a delicious mushroom and walnut gnocchi.
Yeah, but you know what? I like the little joke you came up with.
Do you have one?
It's not a joke, it's a riddle. Which room has no walls?
Well, now I know what it is because it's a mushroom. No rooms, no walls, no floor, and no door.
A mushroom. Let's keep it up. Let's keep on going with these mushroom puns.
If you have any other fun mushroom jokes, please tweet them at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express. We'd love to hear from you. Let's have some fun. It's a Friday. Why not?
So, remember last week's cook along? We did that beautiful bolognese gnocchi, and we asked our viewers, like, out of the 3 type of dishes, which one do you like the most? And it actually came back. They love the pasta dishes, and you want to know more about how to use gnocchi. So today, yes, it's going to be a beautiful mushroom, walnut, blue cheese gnocchi.
Oh, it sounds so decadent.
Get your pillow ready, because after this one, you get lights up.
It sounds absolutely amazing. Now listen, our first guest today absolutely dominated the 2017 Samas, walking away with 3 of the most prestigious awards: Best Newcomer, Best Female Artist, and Best Album of the Year. Her career skyrocketed last year when she released her debut album, Amazulu, and she recently released a new video for her hit single, Gahle. At the age of 22 only, her career has only just begun.
That must have been quite a night for you.
Absolutely. And you know, I've watched a couple of your music videos and they all look like movies. Can I star in one of them?
Well, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Welcome to the loft.
Okay, so today we really are celebrating, I think, a bit of the Eastern Cape, because Lute Love is also from the Eastern Cape. Yeah. There must be something in the water there. I've been to Mthatha before, so I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Do you think, if you had to look at your life when you were 13 years old and look onto what's just happened, you know, this past year, you would have believed that this would have been your life?
You know, I've always dreamt of it. Like, I can never say that, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect it to be this big, you know, at where I am, at the age that I am. But I definitely, like, saw it, like, I saw it on TV, and I was like, one day, that's going to be me.
Amanda Maboneng.
You know?
Amanda's name in that.
It's amazing. It feels unreal being where I actually envisioned myself to be. You know, I thought that it would take me, like, years, maybe when I'm 30, it's when I'd actually, you know, be where I am today, but, you know, God had other plans. Yeah. And it feels unreal, really. I'm just like, every time, like, I'm actually here. This is actually happening.
Yeah. Well, God had great plans. That's definitely for sure. I mean, it's interesting you say that you saw it happening when you're 30. Your music for your age is quite, it's quite mature music, and you also sing about social issues that most 22-year-olds are feeling like maybe they're going to be dealing with that 10 years later. Not now. They're just getting started right now. So how did you get into this space of making this kind of music?
You know, I always say I'm a storyteller. I like to be very big like that and deep. But I look at my life, and I'm one of those musicians that actually, I talk about what I see, I talk about what I feel. So whatever makes me feel something, I want to express it. and that's how I write, and that's how I make music. So like songs like Amazulu, that was based on my life, on my journey into where I am today, to where I am today, and to where I'm gonna be in the next 10 years. So I kind of like express whatever I'm feeling. Like songs like Pumelela, that's me talking about things, how they make me feel. And that's how I express it with whatever happens, because I freestyle mostly when I write. So I kind of just I just talk in melodies.
I always think it's so brave when you see young women who've got such amazing courage of their own conviction in the things that you write and the confidence in which you perform it. And also in your style. I mean, I love the signature white dots. How did you curate your look and your image? I mean, was it something that just kind of happened, or was it really well thought out?
With pertaining to the dots, regarding the dots, that happened way even before I was like Amanda Black, the singer. I always sang, but the dots came at a time in my life where I was learning about who I am. And I started researching history into, Black people, Xhosa people. That's when I started embracing my darkness. As growing up, I didn't really like being dark because, social standards, darker girls are not as pretty. So I felt like, I didn't really like it. So growing up and learning about who I am and what makes me special, it's when I started actually embracing, which is where the Black came from as well. I actually put it in my name. I was like, I'm embracing everything that I never used to embrace about myself.
Yeah, because you dropped Anthony, I think. Anthony is your
I didn't
surname.
drop it. It's just like, Black is my stage name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you graduated with a degree in music, but then you also entered Idols and didn't win. Looking back, are you happy that you didn't?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually funny. 2015 was the third time I entered Idols. So by then, I had just graduated from university. So I was like, let me try it again. If it doesn't work, it's cool. But if I make it to the voting rounds, I actually just want to say to South Africa, there's a girl called Amanda, and she sings. And that was the goal this time around, not just the Idols dream, So when I went there and I didn't make it, I was like, cool, which other way? So I quickly told myself it was never a matter of, I didn't make Idols, I can't sing.
But I didn't ever think that you wanted to win because of your style. I didn't think that you were poppy. So I just thought that you wanted to put your name out there for people to see you, to launch on your own. And funny enough, that has worked out and better for you.
And to just pick up on what you're saying, that you didn't feel like she wanted to win. And I think what she's referring to also is just that people, when you're in the limelight or in a competition like that, they want to see you work so hard until it's almost breaking you to get something. And there's an ease with which you approach your music and that you belt out those notes that perhaps people are like, she's just chilling. She's not like pushing this so hard. Yeah, absolutely. How do you feel about
singing.
that?
I love singing.
Yeah.
I don't have to think too much about it, even though obviously when you construct music now, coming from my freestyling or whatever, I did play the guitar. I sit down and I'm like, okay, what am I trying to say with this? What message am I trying to say? And that's something I've always had in mind as a musician and as a young woman, is that I want my music to say something. I want my music to inspire. And that kind of like goes with whatever I'm thinking or expressing.
Beautiful.
And your summer award success, how did you feel?
Metros and Summers, you just cleaned up.
It feels amazing.
Ngoba lento yenzakale ngo-2016 iphinde yenzeka futhi ngo-2017 ayikho phela lento musana ukudlala ngathi.
We're going to have to translate that for me.
But anyway, what was your reaction to the Mampintsha challenge actually? Because you were nominated in two of the categories that Babes was nominated in. Yeah.
I mean, I like Babes, man.
Absolutely.
Behind the scenes, she's...
Oh, I know what you're referring to.
Yes.
Oh, no, she's
a bit slow on that uptake.
Like I said, we just spoke about Idols. I didn't win Idols, and I wasn't. You mustn't diminish what other people have done. All the best and good luck and congratulations to everybody who was nominated, everybody who's not nominated.
I mean, look, we're going to have her on the show as well, and we're going to love her as well on the show.
She's awesome.
But don't do that when you lose.
It's pretty sad, but I think she was very emotional. And that's okay. But obviously, a lot of us took it like, but Joe, everybody, we worked really hard. So I
Yeah.
just think you shouldn't diminish other people's work just because not everybody can win. And I think as time goes, you understand that in life.
Yeah, not everybody can win at the same time.
I think
Right?
you said it better, actually.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. You're not going anywhere. You're going to perform for us.
With the
I'm
mic.
excited about that.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Almost feels like we're going to end the conversation there, but we're not. After the break, more from Amanda Black right here on Afternoon Express. Plus that performance later on in the show, and also after the break, we're going to get our teeth sunk into that delicious gnocchi we're making on Afternoon Express. Stay tuned.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on this Friday. We've got such an incredible show lined up today. We just, before the break, chatted a bit to Amanda Black, more from her later on in the show, plus a performance live here in our loft. Also, Lute Love is going to be joining us on the show today. So it's going to be such a great episode, and also be making some delicious dinner. So I heard Amanda Black was, Amanda Black was talking just earlier on about what she just loves to do is sing, and she wants to sing for the rest of her life. I just want to eat gnocchi, mushrooms, blue cheese for the rest of my life and get paid for it. And look at that, my dreams have come true.
Oh, Dan, I'm sorry if I could make it come true today, but I want to test your knowledge here with a couple of mushroom types.
Before you do that, however, obviously if you're at home or wanting to know how to make all these recipes on the show, and maybe you're one of those people who sits with a pen and paper and trying to take down our recipes, don't stress. You can get all the details for this recipe today by SMSing the keyword pasta to 33650. It'll cost you R1.50, and those free SMSs don't apply. It'll come on your mobile device and you can just keep it there forever. It's probably the easiest way to get cooking with us on the show.
So it's completely mushroom season right now. I'm obsessed with mushrooms. I love them. I like them raw, I love them roasted, I love them deep fried, I like them sauteed, I like them, what else is there? Absolutely. I just love mushrooms. But I'm gonna test your skills. So Willie's have an amazing exotic mushroom pack. I'm gonna kind of see if you can guess a couple of them.
Cool.
I'm kind of have a feeling you know your mushrooms.
I know some of them quite well. I mean, I've tried to cook with the different varietals, but I'll get them all wrong.
Okay,
that's
cool.
for sure. That is I have no idea. Is that a porcini?
No.
Is that a shimeji?
No.
Is that a shiitake?
No. I just feel like it's wanted to say that.
I don't know
No.
what
It's a
they
king
are.
oyster.
Oh, is that a king
It's
oyster?
so amazing. They are, it's obviously a mushroom, so it absorbs a lot of flavor, a lot of oil as well. If you're gonna cook with it, be careful not to add too much oil to your pan.
It's a meaty one, that one.
It is, but I like eating it raw as well. And this recipe today is kind of a great substitute for meats, especially this guy, like I said, is very meaty. So if you're kind of kicking back on the red meats for a while, that's a great substitute.
Cool.
Definitely.
Love it.
Cool. There we go.
Those are your brown mushrooms. No, I'm joking. Are those brown mushrooms?
No.
These are exotic, so I must be careful of giving
There we
normal
go.
ones, like button mushrooms. Those are called
Shiitakes.
shiitakes.
All right, cool. So you kind of mentioned it a little earlier, okay? The shiitakes are great. We use them in broths and we can fry them. I wouldn't eat that one raw. It's quite chewy.
Okay.
Cool.
Those are the shimejis.
Yes, I feel like you waited the whole day to say that.
Yeah.
Shimijis. And they're so awesome. That again, you can eat raw, put them in broths, you can boil them, fry them. Today we're frying them. Okay.
Yummy, okay.
Let's get started. So
when making any kind of gnocchi with the mushroom base, the idea, obviously, lots of garlic, I'd imagine, lots of mushroom, and then there's a creamy substance which you're using as your blue cheese. So using your blue cheese to kind of bring out that richness.
mushrooms have a flavor when you really fry them,
Yes.
intensify their flavor, but they go so well with other flavors like the blue cheese and the walnuts that we're doing today. So I'm gonna take, obviously this guy, you're gonna slice it up because it's quite chunky, so you want to cook it down quite a bit.
He's meaty. You can call it
He's
meaty,
quite
not
meaty.
chunky.
He's
Chunky is something that's
There's
associated
nothing
with...
wrong with being chunky.
No, we know, but meaty
Okay,
is a
cool.
better word.
So you can actually pop that into your pan smoking nicely. You're gonna look after that. Just like meat, and we're saying how this is a great meat substitute, it's very important that you cook mushrooms like you would meat.
So don't touch it.
Don't touch it. You are learning so fast. For the shiitake mushrooms and button mushrooms, brown mushrooms, this shape, don't cut it. Don't cut
because
it.
you'll get it separating from the stems.
Break it. That's
Okay.
the best thing. They don't release excess moisture. They just cook perfectly. I'm gonna get that in there. And very important, don't add any salt to your pan right now.
What?
Because it draws out moisture in them. They start bubbling, not searing. So don't do that at all.
I see. That's a really good tip because whenever I've made mushroom sauces and stuff, I've always seasoned immediately after I've thrown the mushrooms in the pan.
Yeah, definitely season afterwards. So I like adding the shimijis in just like that. That's quite nice, get a nice chunk of it. That's browning away nicely. I just want to give you an example of it. Hopefully we've got that nice brown in there. You see? You let it keep on going.
So I'm surprised you put the samijis in there first because I would have thought that was so small they'd just cook too quickly and then you'd
but
end up...
it's fine actually.
You
that it
want the
does it.
different textures.
Because I wanted to crisp up, which is very, very
I
important.
see.
So let's get the heat up on this guy. You'll see that this guy's browned off really well. What I want to do now is I want to add the garlic. Actually, no, let's start off with the walnuts first. You don't want to start browning your mushrooms and your walnuts at the same time because the nuts are going to burn way too fast.
Okay.
So get those walnuts in there. This adds a lot of flavor and crunch, of course.
Yeah, the different textures like you would imagine. So it's quite a smooth, creamy sauce. Now you want to add something with a little bit of a crunch.
Exactly. Rosemary's gonna go in.
Cool.
Just again, I don't like chopping rosemary, it's my new thing. Just like that. And I'm gonna go with some garlic.
Can I flip these over? Because I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
now you
start
can, now
burning
you
them.
can. So that's gonna start cooking away perfectly. It's already browning, things are smelling amazing. I'm gonna add some blue cheese to it just to crumble it in. Just like
Delicious.
that. Ooh, losing some blue cheese.
So
and that's a crunch.
basically, that looks like almost like you can just leave it like that and it'll reduce down to be a sauce, but then it's going to be quite a thick sauce.
It is. Well, here comes the cream. That's going to reduce slightly. You want it to keep it nice and thick for the sauce, okay?
And then later on in the show?
The gnocchi.
The gnocchi! All right, so we're going to finish off this dish now. It's looking absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for you to make it at home and taste and smell. Well, we're tasting and smelling, and well, just smelling for now, in the loft with us on Afternoon Express. So much more to come on the show. Let's continue our conversation with Amanda Black on the couch.
Thank you, Danilo. Now, I want to know all about Amazulu, because obviously it's your debut album and it went platinum in like 3 weeks, which is unbelievable. So what was the process like and putting it together? Who did you collaborate with? Who you wrote with? And how long it took?
It took us a month to finish off the album.
Wow.
Literally,
That's not a
did
long time.
not sleep. It's not, hey? Amazulu was written a few months prior to that, and then the rest of the album was literally finished in a month. The producers that I worked with were hip-hop producers, which explains the bounce in the music. Lunatic, Raf, Christa Kobedi, Vuyo, and then Strava is on there with a couple of co-writes, creative writing. The music in the album are stories. I always say Amazulu, the song, put a lot of things that I said in the rest of the album in one song. And then the album, I kind of talk about them separately. You know, there's songs like Kulom Hlaba that talks about me, afraid of losing myself, not just in the industry, but in life, growing up, kind of forgetting where I come from. Then you've got songs like Lila, which talk about homecoming, which is around the same thing. Journey songs, Amazulu, Sabela, and then I talk about heartbreak, I'm 23, so I talk about things that I've been through, went to varsity, met a few, people, and so kind of like the music.
I can't imagine anyone wanting to break your heart.
My life.
And speaking of heartbreak, I mean, you know by now that it's our industry is such a high-pressured industry where people have platforms on which to share any opinion that they have about the way that you look, anything about you. How have you dealt with that, and how do you just pursue that self-belief and stay in a place of protection, I guess? How do you find that protection?
I've got like a very, very strong base, which is my family. But for me, I see it. I mean, Twitter, you go there and you're like,
has it been shocking for you? Have you been shocked by some of the stuff that gets said?
The experience that I had from Idols, which is when I actually saw, what people say anything. Facebook, yeah, Amanda, you look like this. You're so fat. Ah, la, 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 la. So now that I'm actually like in the industry, like it's full on. I go to award ceremonies and they just pick, I want to say this about Amanda. For me, I kind of like laugh it off because I'm just like, I know who I am. I love the way I look. I made sure like when I chose what I'm wearing, I knew exactly what I was doing.
But you got just for that one outfit, which was the rock-inspired one, and I actually loved it.
I loved that outfit.
I loved it. I loved the hair. I loved the makeup. I loved the fabric. I thought it was such an amazing
What do you think it is?
look.
What do you think the problem is? Because clearly there was nothing wrong with the outfit. But is it? Do you feel that perhaps there isn't room yet for people to just be individuals in this industry? And is it particularly a South African problem?
Yeah, but
because
why can't you be unique? I mean, have you seen some of the things that Rihanna wears down a red carpet? It's embarrassing.
But they're more accepting of that. But South Africans are just not coming to a place of, in all the ways that we've grown, we're still not allowing people to be themselves. What is wrong? What is happening?
I don't know. Like, I tell you, like, it's crazy. Like, even like now at the Summer Awards, they will make memes of whoever's wearing. They always have something to say. And you just have to know who you are and just be like,
absolutely.
Otherwise, I don't know how we could change it, how to inspire people to just be accepting of, just let people be themselves. So.
Okay, but then when people are also quite dissy, sometimes people can really celebrate. And let's discuss your cover. That SA magazine cover. I mean, how beautiful. That must have been a great. Let's have a look at it over there. I mean, Essays, you look
How
amazing.
fun was it playing dress up?
It was awesome because this is
your first cover,
very
no?
girly. Yeah.
Congratulations.
This is very girly, and they were like, "No, we want to make you." And I was like, so it was a bit risky for me because.
Yeah, I love it. It's moody. It's beautiful, and you got applauded for this. I mean, everybody loved the covers.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
But you know what?
We
No
love
matter
it.
what happens, you'll probably end up with a way more love than disses. So
And that's what
whatever.
makes up for, because you're like,
Absolutely.
hey, if you're saying this, other people are saying this. And now that, people love my music, so they're just like, no, don't say that about a man. I'm like, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Well, we love you, and thank you so much for being on the show. You're going to perform for us a little bit later. I cannot
Can't wait.
People can give as much hate as they like. Always judge a tree by its fruit. And as you know, with Amanda's first ever debut album that was released, went platinum within 3 weeks of being released. She's just such an incredible star, and I cannot wait for us to continue to celebrate her rise to huge success in South Africa. Joining us after the break is Luthando Shoza, aka Lut Love. Stay tuned.
Afternoon Express is big on fashion and big on food. Follow us on Instagram to check out who wore what and find our mouth-watering recipe recaps so you can dress and dine the Afternoon Express way.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Thank you so much for joining us. Our next guest, Luthando Shoza, aka Lut Love, was first introduced to South Africa when she won the SABC One Presenter Search, which was then known as Live. Over the years, she's gone on to hosting numerous music and radio shows.
Now she's been added to the new lineup on Metro FM, where she gets the party going every Saturday night from 6 to 10 p.m, along with DJ Speedster with Absolute Hip Hop. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I've been wanting to come, finally.
Yeah, we're so happy to
you're
have
looking
you.
so gorgeous.
Thank you
Like I said
very,
earlier,
very
you look
much.
like economic freedom.
I'm running with that. That's the caption. I'm done.
Don't please Instagram your outfit today and say Bonnie says you look like
That's my caption. I'm done.
So we obviously were first introduced to you with Live.
Yes.
And I think it's so amazing because having been a judge on so many presenter searches, I always think it's such a difficult competition because you've almost got to be what they're looking for instead of being what you are.
And half the time, you're actually not even sure what it is they're looking for. You're just hoping that you're actually enough, which kind of worked out for me. It's funny because I've auditioned for you before.
Yes, I know. You auditioned for the top billing presenter search.
So I was kind of just going around trying to be this budding presenter. I got a couple of no's, but eventually got that yes. But what I loved about the live presenter search was that they said we were looking for someone different. We're not looking for someone we already have. And I happened to fit the mold. And well, the rest is history, I guess.
Absolutely. And I mean, that for me, that journey is continuous in the industry because you're always being asked to be something that is the norm. For example, I keep saying that if you don't have a long, shiny weave and show up in a matric dance dress at every function, then you're not cracking it for
You're
people.
not the favorite.
You're not the favorite.
Yeah.
And how have
surely
you
that's
forged
changing.
forward?
It's actually not changed at all. It's so weird when you're the odd one out, when you're the tomboyish one, when you're the edgier
The one who's
when
not
you're
feeling
you're
what
not in the
everybody
short
else is
dresses,
doing.
You're on the full face makeup all the time. You have a different style and a different energy, even presenting style. But I really, really believe in being myself 100%. And I don't have time to impress everybody else. I just wait for everybody to eventually fall in love with who I am, which they actually have after some time. So I really can't constantly mold myself to what everybody else wants. It's hard. I can't keep it up. I mean, I'm going to fail every single day if I try with the weave and the short dresses.
Because then you're not being authentic to who you are.
Exactly, and I always look incredibly uncomfortable, and that way no one can ever really see who you are and actually genuinely enjoy your authenticity. So it's tricky, but I mean, I think I'm doing good.
Absolutely. I mean, we're big fans of your style on the show, and we've just watched it evolve, and just it's got so many
just so
nuances.
sexy.
How do you pinpoint
Strong.
exactly what you are every time you get dressed?
Sure, it depends. I mean, first of all, I put this together while I was half asleep, so I had a super long day, had a super early morning, but I'm obsessed with this jacket, so I was like, okay, cool, whatever happens, this is what what I'm wearing. And
Are you a 5? Because you're not leaving here with it if you are.
Luckily, I'm a 7. But I think it's grown a lot, especially in the past year. I think it was time for me to show everybody that actually I'm a grown woman. I started as a young lady, and I'm moving into an older, more mature phase. And I borrow a lot of my style from my mom. My mom is very ladylike. She's very mature, grown, sexy woman.
Yeah.
And the other part, though, is that I'm very obsessed with jackets. So everything of mine starts with jackets.
Yeah.
And that's how we finish out the outfit. But I mean, everything is simple. It depends on my mood. It depends on the day.
Lovely.
Well,
it's timeless.
Thank you.
But also,
Absolutely.
you're very good at holding true to who you are. So something that Bonnie and I take huge pleasure out of is watching you shoot down Twitter trolls.
I'm trying so hard to be a better person. I really, really am.
But you can't all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
and Twitter is a fantastic platform for just having a little wow moment.
It kind of started as I hated Twitter so much when I started on television. People were really harsh. People were very opinionated, very expressive, very rude also. And I used to, I don't know how many times, I think I deactivated twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
And each time my producers at Live would be like, you can't deactivate, just block people. But I always felt like blocking is not enough. I want to respond. I want to say something.
Yeah.
If you're mean, I want to be mean back. But with time, I kind of just waited it out.
Okay, so
and-
what's the worst thing that somebody said to you, and what was your response?
Shoo, I can't say my response on air.
You can bleep it.
Yeah, we all know
It's
that
a-
response.
It's a bleep, bleep, bleep.
I have that response firmly embedded in my
It's a
mind.
bleep, bleep,
Because
bleep.
I saw your response and I was like,
Yes.
yes.
I was being
like that.
teased about a lot of things. I've been called a giraffe. I've been called an
You're being
ostrich.
teased
I've
for
been
being
teased
tall.
for
How
having
ridiculous
knees
is that?
are weird.
How dare you have knees?
I know,
Come
right?
on,
How dare you be tall?
Exactly.
It's so crazy.
How dare I nearly hit the ceiling? So this one day, I was actually having a really, really good day, and someone made a comment about my knees. I spoke about something else. They responded about my knees. I kind of responded about, like, their mom, and the rest is history.
But aren't you scared to respond quite aggressively? Because then, don't you think it's going to encourage other people to then bully you?
No,
because
I think sometimes you need to actually fire back really hard, so people can see that you're actually not soft and you're not this pushover, and you don't, you actually can fight back when you want to.
Okay.
It's really, really important to also let people know that this is not okay. You cannot talk to me like this. You cannot address me like this. You don't know me. And if you treat me like this, I can do it times 50,
Yeah.
But I really try minimize the responses because they're quite harsh sometimes. I mean, I'm closer.
Yeah.
It just kind of rolls out. I love that.
Speaking of beautiful shoes, you're also an ambassador for a footwear brand.
Yes.
Tell us about that campaign.
That was such an exciting journey because I had a bit of a crazy 2016. But towards the end of the year, Into Shoe kind of came through and they wanted me to be an ambassador for them. And it's really amazing because I'm known as a sneaker person. So I thought it was really, really cool for me to venture out as a grown woman and actually do shoes, heels, all sorts of sexy stuff. So that was a really beautiful journey. It was, it's for winter and, they're going to move on in summer. But it was so cool because it also forced me to up my style game because it's heels, it's sexy shoes. So you can't just go out and...
Who would say no
jeans
to
and-
a shoe contract? I mean,
Exactly.
that's the
I've
best
got so many
contract ever.
shoes. I actually have no more
Yeah.
space. It's so
Yeah.
bad. But the response has been so lovely. And it's really, really nice when brands can trust you to represent them and help them grow and be better. And it's
And it
really, really
forces
worked
you to be
out.
creative.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. And I've had so much fun. I've really, really had a good time.
So we're loving having you on the couch. So stay right where you are because we're going to be back with you a little bit later discussing Metro FM, your new gig.
Cannot wait for that conversation later on. Please tweet us, #Afternoon Express. We'd love to continue to hear from you throughout the show today. Listen, later on after the break, we're going to be finishing off our dish. What do we have to do? Get ready.
Just a gnocchi.
Just the gnocchi.
How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling very happy.
I'm going to put you under that one. Okay, cool.
You might call it gnocchi, you might call it potato dumplings, whatever you call it, we call it gnocchi. And Afternoon Express continues after these.
Express yourself.
Sea Harvest. New look, same great taste.
Express yourself.
So good to have you back with us on Afternoon Express. Yum, yum, yum. Mushrooms in my tum. Today we're making some incredible gnocchi on the show. Today we've got what's called walnuts. We've got mushrooms, a whole different types of exotic mushrooms, and a delicious blue cheese. The sauce has been made, and yes, I did sneak a little taste, and it is so decadent. Oh my word.
And because you tasted before the dish is done, I'm going to put you to work. Is that okay?
Okay, please do. I'm happy because I need to work all of that cream off.
Cool. So into your pan, I'm going to go with some butter right over there.
Or next to the pan as well.
Or next to the pan, doesn't matter. It's all, as long as someone ends up eating it, it's okay. So to the butter, I'm going to add a little oil. You know why we do that?
Yes, different boiling temperatures or burn temperatures, and so you want to kind of have that mixture, and also the butter has the flavour.
There we go. Keep an eye on this now. So we've already cooked our gnocchi in nice salted water. As soon as they rise to the top of your pot, you know they're done. So what I'm doing now is, I love doing this to gnocchi, is always adding a bit of a crispy bottom to them. So
I wondered why you do that, because I would have thought that would prevent the sauce from really absorbing into it, because it has that crunchy bottom.
I don't coat the whole gnocchi, which is very important. I mean, you could, it'll be super delicious.
Okay.
I coat most of it, so there's still that extra space around the gnocchi to absorb all that sauce.
Okay, cool.
What I love about this cream specifically, it coats the gnocchi, doesn't really absorb into the gnocchi, which is why I season my gnocchi with Parmesan. I seasoned all my pasta before, yeah.
Okay.
Cool, so Dan, you're crispy frying some mushrooms for me because I want to add a bit of a crunchy topping to it. So black pepper and mushrooms are best friends, so give that a little bit of a grind there.
A little bit of pepper loving.
And now you can give it some salt because we've already sealed the mushroom. What do you think about our sauce, though?
It's tasting so good. Honestly, guys, I really wish I could have had you here in the loft with us today. It is so yum. All those flavors that you can imagine with the mushroom and the cream and the blue cheese, and except we're now missing the walnuts. Yeah.
And again, more black pepper into our actual cream sauce.
But the walnuts in there already?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't get to taste that. Okay, but I'll taste that just now. Don't you worry.
No worries. But I might give you a little extra sprinkle. I love your skill. What's happening there?
Thanks.
Do you want to give your gnocchi a toss in the pan, please?
Sure. I thought you only wanted to toast one side of them.
Well, kind of. You see, you don't have like 100% of that coating. So it's starting to brown.
I see you browning it there.
There we go. We don't do go too heavy. I mean, I do like when it goes really, really crispy. It almost becomes like a snack on its own.
Yeah.
But today we're going to kind of take it easy. We're just going to do a light toasting.
It's like when you're making pap or like a polenta to get the nice crisp on top is really yum. It's like my favorite part of it.
So straight into, it's going to seem a bit weird, straight into the gnocchi we're going to go with some Parmesan cheese.
Delicious.
And a little bit into our sauce as well.
Listen, why you talk about Parmesan? I know it's a really side thing, but Grana Padano and Parmesan, very different?
No, Grana Padano is a type of Parmesan.
Oh, I see.
It's actually kind of the best one.
Makes sense
I'm
to me.
being a bit biased now, I love it.
Just double checking.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy the wrong thing.
Cool. Give it a nice toss for me. Ooh, that is looking and smelling good. And you can smell that the cheese is now kind of toasted as well.
Yeah.
You get that nice, cheesy, intense flavor.
Caramelized almost on the outside there.
So cool, Dan. I'm gonna put you to work here on your plating skills.
Plating skills? Are we from? Yeah, I won't.
Where are you from?
I won't make any segregist comments.
Don't start stuff you don't want to get involved with. You're cool. There's your beautiful plate. You go ahead with your gnocchi. The thing about Italian food is it's very rustic in the best way possible. I mean that. And you get to play around with your food and actually pay attention to the ingredients, which is what I absolutely love.
So does that give me permission to be a rustic and messy person because I'm Italian?
No.
Well, I am already, so it's too late.
Too late.
Just love me for who I am.
So I like you can toss the gnocchi and the sauce together.
Yeah,
but
that is
I like
quite
kind of
nice.
just topping it. It's great because you want to have a nice little crunchy.
Also, then how am I meant to be doing this if you've done that, Clem?
And
oh, yum. Oh
it
my
smells
word.
intense. So delicious.
The balance of flavors in this is absolutely amazing. You've had the perfect balance of the garlics and the mushroom flavors and the pepper and everything. That is so yum.
You like it?
It is so delicious. There you have it. Gnocchi, walnuts, blue cheese, cream, mushrooms, sounding so amazing. If you want to make this recipe at home, the best way to get all the details is on your mobile device. You SMS the keyword pasta to 33650. It'll cost you R1.50, and those free SMSs do not apply. And oh my word, those flavors could be yours. Here's a quick recap on how it was all put together.
It's always a good idea for Danilo to be making a mushroom gnocchi in the kitchen because he's such a fun guy. That's such a bad joke. It's something that you would say. Anyway, we're back on the couch with Loot Love. That was funny.
I'm still trying to peel my bottom jaw off the floor.
So I want to know, what is the difference between Lutando and what you call your alter ego, Loot Love?
Well, you know, Lutando has no makeup on. She's in tracksuit pants and a tank top. She's just trying to chill at home, read a book, avoid her phone as much as she can, and hang out with the people she loves the most, you know. But you know, Loot Love, King Loot, Loot Thug Shoko, because there's so many different names.
We love Loot.
That's the girl who's, you know, switched on. She's ready to
got
go
a
through
game
the day.
face
She's got a game face on. She's got a full face of makeup.
Queen.
Her hair's right. Everything is good. The conversation is good. She's working all day. As soon as I get home, I'm just like, oh, take it off.
Yeah, the
I want to
eyelashes
sleep
come
now.
off.
Yes, eyelashes, everything. Take it off, take it off. It's too much for me. But there's not much difference, though. It's just that she's more put together.
Yeah. Speaking of the people you love, your mom features quite strongly as some of the people who support you. Tell us about your relationship with your mom.
We have the most amazing relationship with my mom. She's actually going to freak out. She's going to say, I didn't want you to use that image. She always tells me to not put her face on Instagram.
Sure.
She is literally my lifeline. She is the oxygen. She is the best gift I've ever gotten from God. She is my #1 supporter. She made me do this. She pushed me forward. You know,
Absolutely.
the last audition I did, which I won with Live, she was like, okay, cool, just one more try. I know you have it. And I was like, okay, this is the last time. If I don't get this, I'm done. And she's always just pushed me further. She's such a beautiful woman, a woman I hope to become one day. She's amazing with myself and my brother. She's got so much strength and passion and just so much love to give us all the time. Like, sometimes there's so much love, you're like, okay, Mom, easy on the love. Imagine that. But she's an amazing woman, a phenomenal woman. She's just everything. She's everything. And I do everything because she's so proud of me. She makes noise about anything. So if I say, hey, Mom, I'm doing an interview, she's like, yes, broadcast message, sending it. Everyone must listen. She's like, she changes my picture. If I'm doing a shoot, she wants to know what I'm wearing. And she's so great.
Sweet.
She's so amazing.
So speaking of love, people across the country are falling in love with your new role as getting them in the mood for the party on Metro FM. That's a lot of pressure, though, to take over from Neves
to
and
get
from
that party started on a Saturday night.
I know, the Kings of the Weekend, you know, did so well, and I'm so happy that they've moved on to a really, really great space. And the pressure was on for us, but we were ready for the challenge. I mean, Spisa and I actually have wanted this for a very, very long time. I've been trying to get on Metro for about 4 or 5 years, and I only got in last year. And when I started on a different show. I've done a couple. I've done deep house shows. I've done like an R&B Love Sunday show. But when we finally got this chance, we were just like, we're ready for it, let's go. We had so much anxiety, though, because it was a lot of pressure. But then we did the show, and we trained it for about 8 hours. We got so much love. We were so overwhelmed.
I would kill to do a deep house show on Metro FM, actually. I think that's so fun. But now you're doing hip-hop.
And you're a hip-hop something I love. I love hip-hop. It's my favorite genre of music. I'm at home. So it's really, really easy for me to talk about it for 4 hours. It's the most natural thing ever. And I'm working with somebody who's equally obsessed with hip-hop, with the culture, with the cool. So we're on the same page. He's younger than me, so he's more tuned in than I am, which is really, really cool. But it's such a beautiful platform to have. And it's a very big blessing because it's the first of its kind, I think, especially right now. So we really got a good one.
Speaking of hip-hop, what do you think of where South African hip-hop is at the moment?
I am so excited. Right? I'm so excited. Our artists are doing such amazing things. It's almost like somebody spoke to them and they all woke up and realized, wow.
You know what spoke to them? Money.
I think the love, though, that
they put in a lot of work over the years.
Yeah, the love that SA has shown hip-hop artists is so different. You know, we really support, you know, there's things like Fill Up the Dome, there's the Super Mega Show, there's superstars filling out venues, and the lineups are really hip-hop, and I love what they're doing. I mean, seeing Ricky Rick on a cover, a GQ cover, is something amazing that we would have never seen 5, 6, 10 years ago.
On a GQ cover.
You just love seeing Ricky Rick.
It's the beard, it's the beard.
I know. I'm a sucker.
I'm very excited for hip-hop, and I'm very excited to see where it's going, because the guys are really, really pushing boundaries, and the ladies as well. The ladies are on fire. Nadia Nakai, Namuzi, Italy, Bruges. They're so amazing. They're giving us so much to love and support and buy into. And I can't wait to see what goes on in the next 2 years.
And speaking of which, we've got Amanda Black performing after the break.
And we're excited to see where you're going to be in the next 2 years.
So
we
am I.
definitely know you're going to be shooting sky high. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're the best. Thank you so much.
Express yourself.
Live scratch-free with new Head & Shoulders African Scalp Care.
Express yourself.
Good to have you back with us on Afternoon Express on this Friday afternoon. I'm so excited, and I know you are too. Amanda Black joins us in the loft today with the performance of Amazulu. Take it away.
Thank you.
I'm drifting away into the darkness. Ndizothatha umthwalo ndibeke mqolo mama. Ubomi bunzima. Just lift my head up high. Open my eyes and I'll fly. Looking up, hoping the heavens will open. Mdali wezulu, ndikhalela kuwe. Open up, open up. I'm feeling closer now. The light is shining brighter, but I'm losing my flow. Kudala, ndisiwa ndivuka. Ndifuna noluthando. Kudala ndifuna ubomi bubume vungama ngonya vungamo vuleka 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 mazulu vuleka mazulu vuleka mazulu. I'm giving, they taking, tripping, I'm falling. Tell me I'm nothing, don't care what they're saying. I'm begging you, darling, stop losing your flow. Yeah, no more drifting, no more drifting away. Live for me, like amaku. I'm fulegi la masulu. I'm fighting for survival. Dilikawe, dilikawe, dingonya.
goodness, oh my word, all right.
Jeez, you've got us tearing up in here.
You have moved the whole room.
Wow.
We felt you. You are so beyond powerful with your voice.
That's
Those
Wow.
words and those notes just come out of your mouth is absolutely amazing. Wowza.
What
You are a
inspired that
star.
song? I mean, it's a cry of everyone's heart on some level, right?
When I made that song, everything that I've ever been through sort of came all at once. And I sang about, the dark times in my life, rejection, like I can name them, rejection, heartbreak, everything. I sang about when I started being myself. I was singing about everything that I've ever felt, every bad thing, every good thing, because in the song, it's literally like, it's dark and then it's very bright at the end because it's a journey song. So I talk about my journey. It's very prophetic because when I wrote
Absolutely,
Amazulu,
right?
I didn't know that, right now,
That's
this is
the
where I would
heavens
be.
were about to open up.
I'm sort of like, prophesying in the song, and it's a very personal song to me because every time I perform it, I'm even shaking right now because
No, but we felt
feel
that
everything.
energy coming from you. It was just wow.
We want to see so much more of this, and I'm sure there are lots of journeys you're going to go on as you write, and you almost pour your energies into your art form. I mean, when is this new album? Is there going to be an album, a second one coming soon?
Not very soon, but I'm definitely working on it. I love making music, so I'm not even saying I'm working on the next album, but I'm definitely experiencing more this whole journey right now as Amanda Black, and the success that I've gotten and everything that comes in between is definitely going to be in a lot of music that I'm going to be putting out.
Wow.
You are
Amanda Black,
phenomenal.
Luke Love.
I don't even know what to say. Wow.
The two of
my
you are
goodness,
just
you are
superstars.
amazing.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
so much, guys.
Wow,
Thank
such
you.
amazing
So
talent.
blessed to have you.
Child.
And I can't wait for you to taste this gnocchi.
Yeah, it's going to be so yum. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah,
Dinner's on the weekend. I'm
incredible.
just
Yum.
take some home as well for lunch tomorrow as well, all at the same time. That wraps up the show today on this Friday afternoon. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in today, and thank you so much to our guests for being on the show. We'll see you same time, same place next week, right? On
Enjoy
Afternoon
your
Express.
weekend. Happy eating.
Good night and happy eating.
Another feel-good production.